Picture yourself at the height of power, commanding an empire, leading armies, and surrounded by wealth. Yet, behind the throne lies betrayal, war, sickness, and endless uncertainty. Could you carry such a weight without breaking? This wasn't a myth. It was the daily struggle of Marcus Aurelius, a Roman ruler nearly 2 millennia ago. Despite his authority, he wasn't blinded by greed or fear. Instead, he leaned on a philosophy forged in harsh reality: Stoicism. A way of thinking that kept him grounded when the world threatened to consume him. A perspective echoing a timeless truth: your mind is under your control, external events are not. Grasp this, and you will discover strength. In this journey, we'll uncover how Stoicism is not an ancient relic but a living guide. With raw honesty and practical insight, we'll break down how Stoic teachings can shape resilience, calm, and strength within you, no matter how chaotic life becomes. 1. Focus on what's within reach. Life constantly throws reminders that much of what happens is outside of our influence. We cannot control the weather, the twists of the economy, or the betrayals of others. Yet, our response remains in our hands. Stoicism draws a sharp line between what belongs to us and what doesn't. By obsessing over what cannot be changed, we trap ourselves in suffering. But by focusing on our choices, attitudes, and actions, we regain our freedom. Much of our suffering is born in imagination, not reality. Once you stop resisting storms you cannot end and instead guide your ship, inner peace begins to emerge. 2. Guard your first thoughts of the day. The way we begin the day sets the tone for everything that follows. Most people wake up to distractions, rushing to check messages, headlines, and noise. The Stoic approach was different. They advised starting with reflection, preparing the mind before facing the world. Each morning is an opportunity to ground yourself in principles and remind yourself that challenges are inevitable, but your response belongs to you. Your life's quality depends on the quality of your thoughts. Choosing calm over chaos at sunrise strengthens resilience. Protect your first thoughts, and you'll carry clarity with you through whatever storms arise. 3. Choose awareness over distraction. Distraction may be the greatest silent danger of modern life. Endless scrolling, shallow consumption, and unthinking reactions steal our time and integrity. The Stoics taught mindfulness long before it was fashionable. They believed true awareness meant knowing what you are doing, why you are doing it, and ensuring your actions reflect your values. If honesty guides you, then lies, no matter how small, must be avoided. If kindness matters, your moods should never justify cruelty. Awareness acts as armor against impulsiveness. To live without awareness is to surrender freedom. To live with awareness is to reclaim control of your life. 4. Strength in the midst of chaos. When life shakes, most crumble. Stoicism challenges us to remain steady in the storm. Marcus Aurelius endured battles, plagues, and betrayal, yet refused to collapse under the pressure. His guiding principle was simple: what blocks the path becomes the path. Every setback becomes a chance to train the spirit. Hardship isn't punishment, it's preparation. To live is to encounter obstacles, to grow is to treat them as teachers. Instead of cursing the storm, learn to navigate through it. Every moment of chaos you face is proof that you are alive and an invitation to grow stronger through endurance. 5. The 4 pillars to navigate life. Stoicism doesn't exist only to endure, it calls us to live with integrity. At its foundation are 4 virtues: wisdom, courage, justice, and moderation. Wisdom reveals truth from illusion and helps us act with clarity. Courage compels us to take action despite fear. Justice ensures we treat others fairly, seeing beyond selfish desires. Moderation prevents us from drowning in excess or indulgence. These 4 pillars are not outdated, they are timeless anchors for a world filled with temptation and uncertainty. Aligning with them creates a compass that points to meaning, even when the world pushes you off course. 6. The practice of evening reflection. The Stoics believed that self-examination was essential for growth. Each night, they reviewed the day, not to wallow in guilt but to sharpen character. Ask yourself, what did I do well today? Where did I stumble? How can tomorrow be better? This ritual transforms errors into lessons and victories into habits. A life unexamined is not worth living. Just as an athlete reviews performance to improve, the Stoic reviews daily actions to refine the self. Consistent reflection builds discipline, humbles the ego, and ensures that each day contributes to the long journey toward virtue. 7. Freedom through letting go of outcomes. We live in a society obsessed with results measured in likes, salaries, and recognition. But Stoicism reminds us that we control only our actions, never the outcomes. We may sow seeds, but countless forces shape the harvest. When we cling to results, we create unnecessary anxiety. When we focus only on effort, we find peace. Fulfill your role, and release the rest to fate. Freedom lies in valuing the process, not the applause. By letting go of obsession with outcomes, you liberate yourself from disappointment and rediscover the joy of action itself, regardless of reward. 8. Hardship as a teacher. Marcus Aurelius never longed for a painless existence. He knew pain is part of living. He wrote, "Living is more like wrestling than dancing." Life will bruise you, challenge you, and test you. Stoicism doesn't deny this, it accepts it. But it also insists that resilience is born in adversity. Every hardship you survive is proof of strength. Scars are not marks of weakness, they are symbols of survival. When you rise after being knocked down, you show yourself that your spirit is unbreakable. Treat hardship as a teacher, and each lesson carves resilience deeper into your character. 9. Power in perspective. Events themselves carry no weight, it is the meaning we assign that creates suffering. A failed plan is only disastrous if you define it that way. A rejection becomes humiliating only if you choose to see it as such. The Stoics trained themselves to master perspective. An insult reflects the speaker's weakness, not yours. Misfortune reveals your capacity to endure. Change the lens, and you change the story you tell yourself. Perspective is power, and those who control their interpretation of events gain a freedom that external chaos cannot steal. Your mind decides the weight of every burden. 10. A life beyond the self. Though Stoicism is often portrayed as a philosophy of personal discipline, its heart beats for community. Justice, one of its 4 core virtues, demands that we live not only for ourselves but for others. You are not separate from humanity, you are a part of it. True greatness is not measured in possessions but in service. What we do today echoes into forever. Living stoically means recognizing your role in the greater whole, family, community, and humanity itself. A life beyond self-interest creates meaning that no wealth or fame could match. Service gives life its lasting value. Final note: Stoicism isn't a relic of emperors, it's a raw, living guide for modern challenges. You don't need to rule a kingdom to practice it. Each day you face battles against distraction, ego, fear, and disorder. The Stoic path doesn't promise ease, but it promises strength. It challenges you to refuse victimhood and instead take command of your mind. Remember, your mind is yours to control, outside events are not. Accept this, and you will uncover strength. The world will never slow for you. But you can steady your mind, sharpen your virtues, and walk through storms unbroken. That is the Stoic way, the way of endurance, wisdom, and inner freedom.